Welcome. So, I might actually have a problem. I was about 40 minutes north of where I normally venture, within like the area that I live in, and there's a bunch of used bookstores up there that I hadn't been to before. So naturally, I stopped and I bought a lot of books. So, yeah, just gonna kind of show those off. Stack number one, we have Watership Down, a classic that I haven't heard a lot about. I know like it's about like bunnies and whatnot, but other than that, not too sure. I don't know, I'm just trying to read more classics, so I figured why not. And also, Lord of the Flies. I do know what this book is about, but I haven't read it before, so I am looking forward to this one. I think I really would have liked that one when I was younger. I think it really would have appealed to my, I don't know, like 12-year-old brain. And then I did actually decide to pick up Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. I'm really enjoying The Martian Chronicles, and so I think I'm going to give this one another shot. And I think all these books that I'm showing off right now were like 50 cents at the used bookstore that I was going to. Man, I didn't realize this version of, or this copy of Pride and Prejudice is falling apart a little bit. I wish I had paid a little bit more attention when I was in the store. But anyway, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I absolutely love the movie. Hopefully I'll like the novel too. Then we have Oscar Wilde, The Importance of Being Earnest, and other plays. Gonna be honest, didn't know he wrote plays, but you know, here we are. So we'll give that a crack, see if it's any good. Then Romeo and Juliet. Figured, I don't know, I'm trying to read more Shakespeare. And it's like the most popular one, so I should get to it. Then The Handmaid's Tale. This book has been on my list for quite a while. Originally it was the TV series that was on my list, and then when I got back into reading, I was like, well, if there's actually a book, I should just read the book instead of watching the TV series. So we're gonna give that one a crack. Why am I saying that? Give it a crack. I'm not British, but whatever, here we are. Stack number two. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley? Aldous? I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I started reading the audiobook version of this book, and I could not pay attention well enough. I really liked, I think I was about an hour into the book and I was really enjoying it. I just found it so hard to constantly pay attention. I had to keep rewinding over and over again, and it got really annoying. So I just decided to wait until I could get the physical copy of the book. And then I also picked up some more John Steinbeck, Cannery Row. I know nothing about this book, but you know, after Mice and Men, like I keep saying, he's won me over, so I'm gonna probably read just about everything by him unless I start really not liking them, which I don't see that happening, but you know, it could. And I've actually read this one before, Hatchet by Gary Paulson. Yeah, I read this book, I want to say 5, maybe 6 months ago. It was one of the ones that I first read when I was getting back into reading, and it's pretty short. It's pretty sweet. It's I think it's more for like young teens, like young 10 to 13-year-olds probably is its target demographic. It's just about a kid getting stuck in the wilderness with pretty much nothing but a hatchet and just having to figure it out. It's pretty good. I'd recommend it if you're into that kind of thing. The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. Just again, trying to read more of him, and it's a classic, so I figured why not. Called the Wild by Jack London. I've heard a lot of people say that this is one of their favorite shorter stories, so I'm looking forward to reading that one pretty soon. There's something terribly addicting about short stories. They're just, you can get through them so fast, so you're feeling like you're accomplishing something, but at the same time, if it's a good short story, you're still getting a ton out of it, so it's great. Then we have Joseph Conrad, The Heart of Darkness. I have not read anything by Joseph Conrad before, but I hear a lot of good things, so I'll be the judge of that, I suppose. Stephen King, Pet Sematary. I want to read more Stephen King after reading Misery, because it's one of my favorite books that I read this year. It got me back into reading, and I've heard rave things about this one. So this one's going to be all the light we cannot see. I know nothing about this book, but I've heard a bunch of people say that it's great. So, I know I'm saying that a lot, but like, I don't know. And now we have some series that I bought parts of. First of all, Ender's Game. I don't know where my old copy of it went, so I just picked up a new one because it was $1. I talked about this in my last video. Orson Scott Card, not a great person. However, I've only read Ender's Game, but Ender's Game is one of my favorite books. It's amazing and I love it. And because of that, I want to read the other books as well. That the works are separate from the author. He may be a trash human being, but he's written at least one good book, so I'm going to see if his others are good as well. So the next book in the series is Speaker for the Dead. So I'm really looking forward to the third book in the series just because of the name Xenocide. That sounds really intriguing to me, but I'm going to read them in order and read this one first. So next up I have the second, third, and fourth Dark Tower books. They didn't have the first one though, so I'm kind of SOL there, but I've heard really great things about them, and like I said, I'm trying to read more Stephen King, so I'm gonna have to find the first one somewhere. I might just buy that one new if I have to, but I've heard such great things about this that I really don't expect to not like them, and if I do not like them, they were $1.50 each, so I can just either donate them again or give them to somebody who I know will actually enjoy them. The last stack. So, 2 paperbacks, A Feast for Crows, and, oh god, I don't actually know the names of these books. A Storm of Swords. 2 books in the Game of Thrones series. I have the first one, so I still need, I think, this is the 3rd, and this is the 4th, I believe. So I need the second one because I have the first. I don't know what that one's called, but I'm gonna have to keep my eyes open for that one. And then I also picked up the 5th one, I believe. I don't actually know. A Dance with Dragons. This one was kind of expensive for a used book. It was $6 at Goodwill. I've never seen books anywhere near that price in a Goodwill before, but this was a really posh one, I guess. So, and it's not a brand new copy, but it's a fairly new and in good condition copy, so it's definitely worth the $6, I suppose. And also from the same Goodwill, I got Fire and Blood. This one, I'm pretty sure it's brand new as far as I can tell. It doesn't even look like it's been read at all, so definitely worth the $6. I honestly don't even know where this one fits into the Game of Thrones universe. Oh, 300 years before Game of Thrones, dragons ruled the West, or Westeros probably. There's a sticker over it. I don't know why people always need to put stickers on books, but it'll probably be a long time before I get to this book, but I don't know, it just looks really nice, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like Game of Thrones, so why not pick up a good cheap copy of a book that I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like. And then lastly, Persepolis, the graphic novel. This one has been on my list to read for a while, and it is both the first one and the second one. The box is kind of in cruddy condition. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this, honestly, but the books themselves, they look brand new. Never been read is what they look like. There's not even any damage on the spine, nothing like that. But anyway, that is all the books that I got today. I don't know if any of these are going to be on my July list, because I don't have a specific list that stresses me out too much. I just kind of pick up what I like when I want to. So I can't guarantee that any of these are going to be read anytime soon or talked about anytime soon, but eventually I plan on getting to every single one of these, except for, well, I already read, this is the only book in here that I've already read, but I've already read it, so I'm probably not going to reread this one anytime soon. It was a good enough book for me to want to have a physical copy of it, but I don't see myself rereading it anytime soon. It's probably like one of those books that I'm going to give to a son of mine if I have a son, or like nephew, something like that, you know. Probably a gift that I'm gonna pass on eventually, but still something that I wanted on my shelf. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so I didn't really expect to make this. It just kind of happened. So I don't know. Here we are. Let me know if you enjoyed or if you didn't. If you didn't, I don't know why you're still here, but here we are. I'm rambling at this point, so goodbye. Yeah, this is goodbye. or until next time.